money so mamini no any nkomo opanyi dakwa mahen
Medio so dankwa.
Oh, dankwa.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, sir. Dankwa mpacho so here. Yeah, that's it. So we understand some will say between the 31st of October till the 1st of November, and some data gathering shows say about 54% of Ghanaians believe that the president has to go. How did you come about this survey? No.
All right. As posters, we've been observing the media landscape, and we were hearing what people were saying in the media with regards to what should happen in terms of the president and people calling for him to step down. So we wanted to have a feel, one, about whether they have received his speech in very well, and after Oman Gentle, and then just also ask them about maybe whether he should step down. Do they agree with the call, say, only from Nana? So these are some of the things that sent us there to voters.
The feedback amunya on radio, no, and a lead move to the field to do this survey.
Sanity,
and Mokon saying, what was the modus operandi? How did you come about with respondents, and what they, suggested? Okay.
Because a snap poll, the 10 regional capitals, the 16 regional capitals. In the determine the sample size of 1,407. And all the regions, Ashanti region, Accra, Ashanti region. Then Ashanti region is so we did it in order of number of voters about regions there. And they see from your call from Suno, you be shall be our a council name in Wakasa. Young Chester, you hear ma, and you hear member, and I hear and this one and before there be. What be shall be our baby and I'm getting Wakasa, no watch the watching. Now you're true. He said, in terms of party affiliation, yen bisan in term, ye train ya bisa ye no ye kono. Na ye bisa say, and ye be a part bena ya utatu. About time no swa. Or mid the Mitatuma MP, Mitatuma MPs, and I made the mission, Yanamatunaha, Yanamatunaha. And that makes you a voting voter. That is at the point where we knew which party you support, not from the beginning.
I see. So, Dankwe, what I want to say, for instance, let's do a practical demonstration. So, what's your Nipana? How is the approach? Ubusan is saying, Mokon is saying,
the first thing we do is that we introduce ourselves. Oh, my name is Esumasi, working for Global Info Analytics.
Okay.
We are sampling opinion on speeches of the president and John Mahama and other matters. Do you have a few minutes you can spend with that? So you can have your opinion. It is confidential. We won't take your name. We won't take your number. That's confidential.
Okay. And say, now, what happens next? The Nipane accept. Sir, more questionnaire number.
Absolutely.
So on your questionnaire, no, at the end of my state also.
No, there are several questions. But maybe one of them is: do you think the government is handling the economic crisis well?
Do you think the government is handling the economic crisis well?
Well. And I said, what is your overall assessment of how the government is responding to the economic crisis? And Ibisa said, if you were to tell the government one thing that they could do to help with the crisis, which of the following would you want them to address urgently? And Ibisa said, there are some calls from Cortes say the president will step down. Do you support this call? And it's said, there are other calls from other places say the EMT led by the vice president should step down. Do you agree with this call or do you support this call? And then Bisa said, what is your impressions about the president's speech? And then Bisa said, what is your impression about GM's speech? But before that, Bisa said, did you listen, hear, or watch the speeches? Because yes, sir, then we'll ask you a question about impression. So I would say, Noah, we don't ask you this question. And you call next question. So this question was answered by people who actually listened, heard, or watched the speeches. And maybe someone said, which of the speeches gives you hope as a Ghanaian? And then NABSA said, which of the following persons would you trust to better manage this crisis if elected? NABO, John Mahama, Alan Chirmatin, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Kennedy Japan, Dr. Kopna Dufour, and someone else. So these are the questions they desire any response.
So the 1,407 respondents, that sample size, a reflection of the general feeling within the country. Said the president has to go. Yes,
what we do is say, first and foremost, they determine the sample size. Let's say 1,400. If say, what confidence level do we want to have? So normally you pick 99% so that people will have confidence in the work we do. We don't do 90% or 95% confidence. We always do 99% confidence. And now you pick margin of error. Margin of error no say sample do not nearby and say if it's not accurate, you just add 3.4 to it or deduct 3.4. Every amount the range of outcome. So even if we expand the sample size to 10,000, the results will not change by this margin of error.
Nana minim say the finance minister Anna as it were he's on the chopping board now. Why would you want to focus on the president and not the finance minister, Musa Dankwa?
And in fact, to be very honest with you, we wanted to include that. The question was prepared just before the speech of the president. And we were expecting, we were thinking, maybe in that announcement, there will be some decision about dropping the finance minister. So in fact, the team said, so we took it down, thinking, maybe something would have been said. But with hindsight, we should have kept it.
Well, so, how is the general feedback?
Then we have to ask you, any media,
because on say Weno has come at the time. I mean, there's a bit of pressure in the system. For instance, Martin Pegbu and Nedomno embarking on a protest this weekend. Almost say Kumi Preku reloaded. Someone might think, this one is to go to inform protest, and to galvanize the base to, pressure hard.
Absolutely nothing. But what we want, you see, abruptly, what happened is that the TV stations, sometimes they have audience sitting in the studios. After the speech of the president, then they do a bit of sample in that audience to ask them what they think about that. So the president doesn't have the luxury of knowing how his speech has been received. And we don't have companies that do kind of live data to inform people who are advising the president on what people are feeling. So what we've done is just to inform the public and indeed inform the president as to how his speech has been received. And that is the only motivation of our work and nothing more.
I say, now, but that point of a better manager of the economy now, more narrow it down to certain persons. For instance, John Mahama, Alan Chirmatin, Mahmoud Baumia, Kennedy Japan, and the Cabinet Japan. What informed it? Are there peers in the economic field? Some are not economists.
No, it is not about economy. This is about people who are looking to lead Ghana, who are looking to become president. So we asked them, who would they trust to hand over to deal with the economic crisis better? So if I'm a voter and I have a choice, I want to see the person whom I think if I give the country to, will do a better job. That was the reason why we asked this question.
Musa, Mayana was say for what you brought out. But going into a year parties, for instance, NDC for a primaries, you are not interested to carry out a research or?
You see, we try to avoid going into polling where the people that are going to be taking part in that can just sway their mind based on certain things. It's very unpredictable. In Pusha, young can be beyond MP primaries, go and pay one step. And the end is good, and so young can be.
All right, Mayana Musa Dankwa Ase, sorry. Musa Dankwa, executive director and a post.